Grateful Anglers here. I'm Big John.
And I'm John Bondi, and we're back.
We are back in action, guys. We missed yous all. We've just been doing a lot of fishing, and you know, it was that time of year and where we put the camera down and get busy with the fish. And guys, things are really starting to heat up around here again.
Fall is definitely on. That water went from the 70s just a couple weeks ago down in the mid to high 50s now. So everything's coming to the bank, muskie wise, bass, everything's coming in. You know, coming in from way out in the lake, and the river's heating up too.
So that's what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to give you guys a little bit of a report of what's really going on around here. And first, John, let's talk a little bit about the walleye and the fall run to the walleye. Like, you know, we've been fishing for years, and the walleye fishing in the fall wasn't as talked about as much as it is today. You know, it was always a spring game, and it's just it's a little bit different than the way it used to be. Hey, like it's really, I find it like comparable to the spring run.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, there was no fall. There was, you know, you had a few guys getting out there jigging in the fall, mid-river. You know, everybody jigged around Peach Island.
Yeah.
But now they're doing the whole river. And, you know, I'm sure guys back in the day were doing it, but when I was a kid, there was really nobody mid-river jigging in the fall. You know what I mean?
The fall, mid-river, LaSalle Boat Ramp was full of hunters. It wasn't full of fishermen. Now, I mean, last year I seen that ramp full every day in the fall. So
and it could be the sheer amount of walleye that are actually in the system now. You know, that I'm sure that plays a part. There's, you know, over 100 million walleye in the system, so I think that plays a part. And you know, not everybody's a hunter. You know, I'm not a hunter, and
I'm an ex-hunter.
If guys want to get out there and catch walleye, man, there's a spring run and there's a fall run.
Yeah.
So if you're from out of town, you know, check the water clarity reports and come on down, because it's not as good as a spring, but probably pretty close. You're not getting the giants.
I don't know. Last year there were days when it was like, yeah, it was as powerful as a spring. And also, with that being said, guys, you can actually catch walleye in the Detroit River year-round. There are residential fish, but you go out in the summer, you know, you got to get out early in the morning, and there's some old timers that still get their limits every day fishing in the summer, but you got to work for them.
The problem is the weeds.
Yes.
The floating weeds. You had a little bit of problem with the hand lining recently.
Oh yeah. So last week, guys, it's been a terrible couple weeks. I haven't been out fishing, and last Saturday I finally got out with the hopes of doing some hand lining mid-river. I got out there just before light in the dark, and I couldn't even get my line down without getting hooked on those floating weeds. So I switched over to jigging right away, and I only picked up two. You know, one was maybe 14 inches, the other one was 16 inches, so not huge fish, but man, there's been some reports of some good fish caught the past couple weeks, and the past couple days, I would say the whole river's really starting to hold fish.
Yeah, we were out on Monday and got a 3-man limit, and it was we got one that was 9 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, there are some good ones. I heard of another person get one over 9 as well. So, but there's a lot of little ones. You know, but there's just the nature of it. There's full of them right now, and I guess this past spring, I believe the term they used was the walleye hatch was exceptional.
Wow.
So we're gonna, you know, we got another 10, 12 years of good walleye at least ahead of us, and if there's that many walleye in the system, that spawn should just be good for a long time, unless there's some kind of, you know, environmental bottleneck like bad weather or something that happens in a spawn, but we should have continued good fishing for a while.
Yeah. You know, and every year is a little bit different. You know, like I can remember one time getting out in February, ice was out of the river, and me and my buddy Rusty, we got out, I think it was February 25th. Wasn't another boat on the river. We went to the other side of Fighting Island, and we caught big fish, and one after another. You know, and then a couple years later, we had the same ordeal early in the season, and we couldn't get on them. So I mean, things change over the years.
You know what I think? I've had that happen too, like mid-March behind Fighting Island, catching them every time you drop down, and then they're gone the next day. And I think those are early waves of fish that move up. I believe they come up in waves when it's that early like that. And like I say, same thing. I've hammered them, and then they're not there for like 3-4 days after that. You're just there when they coming through in that early little pod of them, you know. And but yeah, it can be tricky that early in that cold water, you know.
Now, it's weird how things work around here, guys. Sometimes you got fish coming from all different directions. Now, I don't know where I'm going with this.
What do you got around your neck there?
I got your Bondi worms, and they're beautiful.
Yes.
If he wants to sell these, I want to wear them as a necklace.
This is how they come out of the machine. This is one of our new colors here called Demon.
Look at that.
And this machine I got every minute it spits out 6 bags of worms. In heavy production right now. That's Salt Mine Shiner there. It's kind of like a Windex type color. It's translucent, and it's got some firetail on it.
That's
I got
nice.
This one here is Moonshine. It's kind of clear with some silver and black flake. This one here I'm most excited about, Wonder Bread. It's kind of I put some light blue powder in there to make it almost transparent a little bit, so you can really see the flake really good all the way through the bait. That one there is going to be a big one.
One thing I've noticed in the past couple of years, you're really liking these shark tails, man. Chartreuse tails. Is there something to that, John?
Yes, look at that one, Demon. It's kind of a dark cherry red, black tail. You don't see a lot of baits with black tails, so we're trying to make baits that you don't see out there much. One of the biggest sellers this fall that I've been working real good is this one here.
Look at that.
It's kind of a fuchsia color with a green tail. It's called Boblo Biggins. We're going to start naming all our baits around local things. Like that's Salt Mine Shiner, Boblo Biggins, and I think guys like that.
Now, Johnny boy, do you like the worms just as much as the finesse minnows in the fall too, or are you more of a finesse minnow guy in the fall?
I mix them up. Them up. It seems like a lot of the guys that are casting offshore, they're using the minnow shapes. Yeah. And guys jigging in the river really like the worms this time of year, and they also use the blade baits. The Bondi blades have been really doing good.
Oh, have you done any of that yet this year?
Yeah, we got
Johnny goes casting for them.
Yeah. Oh, the cranking bait.
Yeah. Has that started?
Crankbaits. Yeah. Well, the water's now in the right temperature range, so as soon as it clears up here after this northeast wind, I'll be cranking again and mixing it up with the muskie too. But yeah, I got the deep little ends all ready to go. And,
John likes to go against the grain and try new stuff, guys, and sometimes it works. It works, and you've done great over
Here's what I like to do. You ever go in like a lazy river where everybody is going down this way, and you just have to flow with everybody? There's me, and I'm trying to go in the opposite direction and fight that current, and everybody's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And you got to go this way. And I'm like, no, I'm going up against that current in the lazy river, and I'm going to be different. Yeah. And that's what I've tried to do my whole fishing career, and the walleye cranking is no different. I got a great video coming out that shows a lot of that. Also, I did some drop shotting in the spring for walleye in the river, and we're going to put that out this winter. So I'm always trying to go against the grain, and I think that's how you become a better fisherman for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've done with learning the whole trolling thing the past couple of years is doing something I've never done, and I just want to know it all. I don't want to be a Mr. Know-It-All, but I want to know it all. Like I want to be able to say, okay, today I want to go do this. I'm going to go do it, and the only way you're going to do that is by targeting that, learning how to do it, and you've been like a kid in a candy store with this trolling lately. Geez. I mean, that's every time I see you got them boards out. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I mean, and the only reason I've been so hard at that and not jigging and hand lining is because the jigging and hand lining I've done for years. I feel I'm at a point where, okay, I know what to do when it comes to that. The whole trolling thing, it's like I'm still learning. And the first year I learned how to run the inline boards. The second year I started going out to the other side of the point. And that brings me to today. So like this year, I started doing lead core, down rigging, and all kinds of different stuff. And yeah, it's really fun. that's a whole other episode. But I will say this: the fall is here. Everything is heated up, and not just with jigging, not just with hand lining, but with trolling the lakes, the muskie. Everything's getting fired up. So you got a lot of options this time of year. And what about the muskie, John? Have you been chartering? Or?
Yeah, they're coming to the banks, so are the shad. Now the water's right now. It's in the mid 50s. So what's not right is the dirty water. We got this northeast blowing right now. It's howling out there right now, and it's going to take a few days for that to clear up out there, and then it's going to be on big time.
Yeah.
But everything was coming in. Yeah, everything is getting right. That water. I've only remember it one other year where the water was in the 70s on October the 1st.
Yeah.
And it's got to get down. It's got to get down to mid 60s before it really starts bringing them shad in. So, yeah, we're right in the middle of fall now. So,
just from watching social media over the past couple of weeks, I kind of seen like 3 days after that full moon was hot.
Yeah. I think even the perch guys, the panfish, they're coming into the cuts now, and the perch guys they've been coming here looking for minnows for weeks. The perch fishing out on Lake Erie has been good.
Yeah, I've heard that too lately. And Lake St. Clair, they're getting big perch.
Yeah, there's so many perch fishermen out
spoiled.
there now. We're spoiled. I mean, not a lot of places, honestly. I've fished everywhere. Not a lot of places where you can just go and go, what species do you want to target this weekend? And catch them, no matter what it is, and have success. Most places it's seasonal, but there's always something to catch in this region here. So we're blessed. If you want to catch walleye all year, you just got to adjust your techniques, and you can catch them from the entire season.
You can catch whatever you want. Like, you know what? I realized this year, I'm 35 minutes away from catching rainbow trout living in Amherstburg. Like I could go to Wheatley, I could troll and catch the odd rainbow.
How was that? Because I didn't hear too many huge reports from down that way this year about the rainbow. Like in past years, it's been hot, but this year, what did you hear?
Oh, I can only tell you from my experience on my boat. I went out 3 times out of Wheatley this year. One time I got 2. One time we got 4 steelhead, and another time we got 1.
Are you keeping those and smoking them, or what are you doing with them?
Yeah, smoking them. Yeah,
okay.
It's like candy. Actually, I'm smoking today salmon, but the salmon I'm smoking today is from the grocery store because I'm all out of fish. I need to go fishing. But anyways,
gotta get this muddy water to clear up. On a day like this is a great day to visit your local bait shop. Come on down, CS 3796 County Road 17. If it's chocolate mud out there, at least you can come here and talk fishing.
Yeah, yeah, and you got so many cool things here, and you got so much more stuff coming for next year.
Yeah, I just put in my orders for next year. We're going to be a Lewis and Strike King dealer.
Wow.
I'm able to buy direct from them now. I put in all my orders for everything.
Rippling redfin's coming, guys.
I got.
And you're going to talk about getting more moon eyes here, right?
I'm going to get some more of them. Yeah, I'm going to get.
Yaley, he's got the hooligans, but he's going to bring in the moon eyes. So I'm trying to convince John to and he's doing good. He's really starting to listen to the trollers a bit and bring in all this cool stuff. So
I get a lot of trollers come in here. We got a lot of line counters, trolling rods, all the line
spoons.
Yeah, but one thing that's got me excited is
Sorry.
Is that your wife?
My phone. No. My work wife.
I sell a lot of stinger hooks here. A lot of stinger hooks, and I'm bringing in these Gamakatsu stinger hooks. They're only slightly a little bit more money, but they have a Gamakatsu premium hook on there with a wire leader with the rubber on the end for putting on your hook. These things, I'm so excited about these things. I've ordered 400 or 500 packages for next year, and these are premium. Trust me. With a Gammy, that's the best hook you can buy. We have a large order of Gamakatsu. We're selling direct from them now.
I see you got your Domo jigs there.
We got lots of
fully
Dominic
stocked
jigs.
right now.
Dominic Custom Tackle.
Angler's Choice.
Jig.
You got a lot of Angler's Choice.
Lots of Angler's Choice. We got the Tactical fishing, jigging specials.
I love you to death, and I love yours, but I like Angler's Choice too. I use both. I use yours and Angler's Choice.
Yeah,
So-
I'm friends with Dave.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. You know, we always talk, you know, the plastics business. So we sell his stuff. We sell whatever in here. Just, you know, we got lots of Daiwa reels. Whatever you need, we
Yeah.
got it. Jigging specials, tactical fishing jigging specials. They got some new stuff coming out next year. You want to stay tuned for that. But yeah, come on down 3796 County Road 17, Monday to Saturday.
You know who had a nice bag of fish last week? Jerry Toner. Jerry,
Really?
you had a nice bag of fish.
Bass?
No, of walleye.
Walleye.
Yeah,
In the river.
I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna call her today and see if I can throw her picture in on this video. But she had a nice bag of walleye. That girl's getting good.
So maybe we should call her for a report. But let's talk about those weeds for a minute. I mean, that is the problem in the fall. Whenever you get these windy days, man, it's just a
Floating weeds. It's a troller's nightmare.
It is a everything nightmare. The ramp's full of stuff. You can't even back your boat in without your trailer just getting covered. I mean, especially
Gummed up.
the Northeast is just the worst for Windsor, you know.
But I find once we get into late October, November, we start losing all those weeds, and they're gone. And,
Yeah, they don't live long in that cold water for sure.
you know, that's one of the reasons I moved from the western basin of Lake Erie in the summertime to the other side of the point, because on the other side of the point you don't get the floating weeds, and the western basin holds a lot of the floating weeds that come down from Detroit River and Lake St. Clair, and we just can't get our lures through there, and it's
It's
not
a nightmare.
you can, but it's not as enjoyable.
Do you remember back in the day? I specifically remember telling a customer in my early guide days, you know, I said, we're going to catch muskie in December, and I'm going to post it on the internet. And it was like, man, that's so off the wall, you know. I'm like, no, we're going out like right before ice up. And now it's just a normal thing. Like
Yeah.
everybody's out there extending their season for walleye, whatever. I mean, as long as there's no ice, you know, you can get out there and just pound them right to the end of the year. But back, you know, 25 years ago, everybody had their boats wrapped up and we're thinking about the walleye run in
Yeah.
the spring. You know how it's changed. It's just
You know-
there's two more months of fishing out there. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
can go right into December. You just got to be careful. You know, don't go alone where you could fall out and no one find you. Go with
And
some
remember,
friends.
lower units down, guys. After
Yeah.
fishing, drain that water out of there.
Absolutely.
Those
But
nights
as we go later in the year, there's less weeds, more fish near shore. And boy, those fish are hungry. You know, they're getting ready for the winter, so they're fattening up. And
Just like me.
that's right, perch, walleye, muskie. I mean, I've caught them casting crankbaits walleye in December. They're more than willing to eat a crankbait, even in 30, mid 30-degree water temperature. So don't put them boats away.
But guys, we love yous. Like I say, sorry we haven't put a video in like 4 or 5, 6 months maybe.
We're gonna be back at it here, you know.
We're gonna be back at her. You know, the whole filming thing is fun, and we love doing the podcast, and we're gonna have some great people on this year. We got some ideas, and if you guys have ideas, put it down in the comments, and maybe we'll take your idea and go with it. So
That'll be great.
yeah, that'd be awesome. But get down here, John. What's your hours here? What days are you open? What days are you closed? What's your lifestyle? What do you eat for dinner? What time you go to bed?
I eat a lot of fish. We're open Monday to Saturday, 8 to 4:30, 3796 County Road 17 in Maidstone, Ontario. Come pay us a visit. Big John may or may not be here. And, we'll show you our new colors. Come on down. And if you just want to even talk fishing, talk about the spring, come on down. We'll say hello.
Yeah, man. Cheers, guys. We love yous all. Be positive. The grateful anglers are out.